Welcome to episode 6. In this episode, we're painting the chassis with Steelite, and then we're beginning final assembly. We're dropping the motor in, the cooling system, the fuel cell, and a whole bunch of other components to get it race ready. Now that we've got the chassis coated with Steelite, we just bolted up our very first part, the Howe power steering rack. It's a 3.0 truggy rack, and then right above that we have the radial dynamics filter housing. This thing's really cool. It's got a power steering pressure relief valve built into it. So 2 units of one, just simplifies the assembly, less things to mount. And then now we're gonna get ready to drop the motor in. One engineering principle that we really pay attention to at Armada is serviceability. It's really critical. I've worked on a ton of OEM vehicles where you can't get things apart. You gotta take half the car apart to get a bolt out. We always make sure that things like this oil filter can thread all the way down and come in and out of the car easily, so it's easy to repair and maintain out in the field.
Good afternoon, everybody. Rob from Armada Engineering again, and we just got the drivetrain of the KT01 installed. Engine, transmission, rear transmission mount, mid plate are all good to go. Now we can start working on our front motor mounts, and then once those are installed, then we can start working on the headers. And then the next step after that is the sweet song that comes out of the headers, so stay tuned.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Gary. I'm here welding and fitting up the front bumper for the KT01. Hopefully we can get this thing welded up and blended and sent out to paint pretty soon and get this truck on the road.
You can see up here we've got a temporary dash mount. This will mount a 7-inch digital display. This is our standard steering column that will come in the KT01. It's got a little turnbuckle on here, so you can spin this and adjust the angle of the steering wheel, bring it down to your lap a little bit more if you need. It'll be a quick release steering wheel. And then we've got a really simple 2-piece steering shaft design. So this will come down to the servo below, and then the smaller shaft will go directly from the servo to the steering rack. This is our front radiator tray assembly. This thing's built on a fixture table, all in a jig, and bolts right up. Pretty simple design. There's 2 bolts down low here, and then these tabs that mount the upper section. We make this kind of a replaceable, almost like a crumple zone. So if you get in a bad accident, this can take some of the impact and it can fold out of the way and crumple and not destroy the rest of your chassis. It makes for a simple bolt-on repair if something happens. Down here on the lower section of this radiator cradle is a flange where the front bumper will bolt to. So we created a really nice box sheet metal bumper. It gives the truck a little bit of style and look. We now have the fuel cell final installed in the KT01. It's this one big unit that drops into this cradle back here. We've got this tube frame that comes in and bolts on top of it to keep it secure. Then also in these back corners, there's some tabs welded underneath the tube here. And then inside of the storage compartment, there's another bracket with an L shape to it that locks this corner into the chassis as well. We now have the radiator installed in the front of the truck. Really simple design. We've got a lower radiator tray that it drops into, then an upper tray that sandwiches it with these brackets in the front. And then behind that, we've got a single giant UMP air filter. This thing is right in front of the throttle body of whatever engine package you decide to go with. So it makes a nice straight shot, easy to make an intake tube. And then right behind that, we have an LS3 powering this truck. We got a really tight time crunch getting this truck ready for NORRA. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have all the interior components ready for this race, so we opted to do just a really simple sheet metal firewall to get us to the race. Very standard race car design, so you can see we've got a nice big single flat floor pan, a couple of firewalls in the front and a couple of firewalls in the back that are being installed. This will be temporary just to get us to the race at the NORRA 1000, and then after that, we're designing some really awesome floor tubs that kind of drop into the center of the chassis, kind of like a monocockpit car. The guys over at Advanced Fiberglass are working on designing all the molds and everything to make the floor tub for this vehicle. The entire cab will be fully sealed up. It's gonna be a really cool design. It's a big giant tub that comes in the side door here and seals up the whole floor in one piece, and then a couple other little inserts that drop in for the footwells. But we're really excited to get that done. Unfortunately, we won't be in for NORRA, but I'm sure we'll learn some lessons along the way while we're racing, and it'll help us improve the design of that floor tub so the final product is perfect. Wow, okay. We gotta go, dude.
How's it going, guys? Matt again. Today we're going to be installing our shifter mount, which this will through bolt through this panel into a bracket that I have welded on the backside. This will just be a temporary mount for NORRA, and then once we come back from NORRA, we'll finalize mounting brackets and our tub and a dash and everything. This one will be pretty just raw spec for the NORRA 1000 this year. That ain't going nowhere.
Look at that beautiful wheel. We just got our new method race wheels in for the KT01. These are the wheels that we'll be racing on at the NORRA 1000. This is their forged 18-inch feedlock wheel. The same thing that all the big trophy truck teams are running. These things are a work of art. If you look at the detail on them, it's insane. There's lightweight pockets with lightweight pockets cut inside of lightweight pockets. We're really excited to be running these. Method has supported us from the very beginning, and we try to put their wheels on every truck that leaves the shop. We'll be mounting these on a fresh set of Yokohama tires right below us. These are 40-inch tires, super beefy, and we're really excited to get out in the dirt and see how these things hook up. And that's a wrap for episode 6. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button so you can catch the next episode when we start building the suspension on this truck and get on the ground. We'll see you then.